Well, guys, the dam has broken in Ethereum. We have broken our red alert support, which was set between 2,900 and 3,000. We're looking at the 2-hour chart here, and I'm going to zoom up a little bit closer just to shed a bit more light on what we're seeing here. We had what I was calling the end of the fifth wave back here, right around 2920, something like that. And we've broken below that. And we've gone as far down as right around 2807, something like that. We're in a small micro bounce at the moment, but things are looking bad for Ethereum by itself, just Ethereum. We're going to look at some of the other charts in just a second. But when we look closer, or when we zoom out a little bit, we'll see that I had a box set up that was looking for us to, was looking for our correction to end somewhere in this box. And that is based on the fact that we have a one wave down, a two wave down that looks very much like a diagonal. And in a diagonal, you have your fourth wave overlap the first wave, which we most definitely did. It's a very ugly pattern because this could be interpreted in many different ways. If this is really a 1, 2, 3, and then we have a rest of diagonal going down, we shouldn't have extended below this purple box. An ending diagonal typically doesn't extend beyond the 1.618. We're getting awfully close to that number. We actually broke this major support. We got a couple of confluences here. So I'm going to say we have convincingly broken the support. I've unloaded half my Ethereum, so I have started selling, but things are a little bit murkier because we're not seeing this kind of support breakage in Bitcoin. As a matter of fact, in Bitcoin, when we look at this chart, we could have gone a bit lower. I was remarking that we hadn't gone low enough in Bitcoin to make this more credible as a 5-wave impulse down. It really should have gone down lower based on where our third wave ended. We really should have hit 35.9, something like that. We didn't quite get there. Now we might poke this box if this does end up being more of a diagonal, maybe poke below 37.8, 70, something like that. We could, drop as far down as 32.630. Without breaking this pattern, we would still expect this thing to spike back violently. So I'm not ready to unload my Bitcoin yet. And the same applies to most of the other altcoins. I'm actually going to zoom out and go to the long-term charts for a lot of these. If we look around the crypto space, Bitcoin Cash, I had some support set. Actually, it looks like we've spiked down quite a bit lower since our last look at this. Ethereum Classic, we have a support set at about 2106. I did a video on this very recently, and still got some cushion below. We actually have plenty of cushion below before we break support there. Litecoin, same thing, got about $30, $35 below us before we have to start worrying about anything. Dash, about $15 away from breaking our support. And Dash doesn't have as much downside based on its red pattern. Polkadot, getting relatively close, getting kind of warm. We're at $22. 1969 is our bottom support there. Solana, I don't have any particular pattern set up because this is just so wonky looking. We look at Chainlink, we got some space, but our support would be at 1339. I have an alert set at the recent low that we made. That was back on December 3rd, 1689. We're getting close to it. I'd have the alert go off, but it's unclear where that's going to go. Stellar Lumens getting close to support. EOS, close support as well. And Polygon, again, it has broken down below what we were calling the diagonal. So this could be the end of an ending diagonal, whether that's the top of the first wave or something more bearish, it's not clear. So bottom line is that the only place where I'm seeing a problem right now is Ethereum, because it clearly broke its support. And again, we are bouncing back up. So we're sitting at, again, 2550. When I look here, we're struggling to get back up past that red line. The risk here of selling is that this very well could just be a spike low. We might turn right back around and rip right back up. If you've been following the equities markets, S&P 500, we are oversold as heck right now. Might have a ferocious bounce back. So if the same sentiment is driving cryptos and stocks, we may see a ferocious reversal in all of these things. And as long as Bitcoin doesn't break its support, I'm not ready to sell anything else just yet. So look for this thing to maybe pierce this box. Ideally, it goes deep into this box and then turns back around. So again, nothing particularly bearish there. Ethereum, like I said, I have started selling. I've sold half my positions. However, If I see a 5-wave impulse back up, I may jump back into some of it. It just depends. I actually sold part of the Ethereum, not for this reason. It was actually because I need that money for something else. Had some other plays I want to make, but I did start unloading some of it. I'm still holding half of it. I'm going to keep updating as we go on whether or not I sell more. So I'm going to keep posting. Aside from that, just stay on your toes. Don't panic. If you're trying to get out of your positions, do it gradually. Don't sell everything at once, because if this thing bounces, it could look like it took off off of a trampoline. You don't want to miss that. And even if we are still in the red bearish pattern, it's better to have a higher cost average when you sell, and, recover some of the losses if you did buy up higher before we brace for what would be the actual third wave of this crash down. So see how it goes. You want to keep getting my updates. Don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, thank you for watching and happy trading.